y'all. I know y'all like, she in the bathroom again. Yes, I am. Mom, stop minding my business. But I'm just reaching out to y'all. I did this video as an impromptu. It really wasn't planned for me to do this video. I had other videos that were planned before dropping this, but baby, this is something else. I don't know if you guys have been following the amazing YouTuber Phone Calls from Prison. Now, I said the same thing y'all did. Now, I know a lot of people have not been giving this YouTuber credit. I will not be posting the phone calls from their channel on this video because I want you to actually, after this video, to head over to their channel and actually listen to all the phone calls from jail. Right now, we're at 1, and I think 8 is dropping tonight. No, or 8 dropped last night. 1 through 8. Right now, it's a docu-series at this point. At this point, HBO Max better pick it up. Netflix better pick it up at this point, baby, because I've been binge listening or binge watching these phone calls between Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto, her husband that she's been married to for 8 years. Now, if you do not know Shirley Strawberry, she is the beautiful and amazing woman that loves to give relationship advice and life advice through her Strawberry Letters on Steve Harvey Morning Show. And let me tell you, I love Steve Harvey Morning Show. I loved him, and I missed the other, what's his name? Michael Baisden. Even though he's no longer on the air anymore, but he was hilarious, and I just love Steve Harvey Morning Show. So this is not a slight or dig to Steve Harvey, because baby, I bought your books. I be watching the Family Feud, okay? As it pertains to his relationships with his ex-wives and how he started dating and eventually married his current wife, I'm not getting into it. It's into that because baby, it's a lot. It's a lot to process and it's a lot to digest. And this just is not the video to break that down. But I have supported Steve Harvey. Now, can we say a lot of his relationship advice just, we're not going to take it anymore? Hey, listen, you take it, you leave it, okay? Hey, listen, if it worked for you, work for you. If it don't work for you, then leave it alone. Leave it be. But Shirley Strawberry gives advice. She's an older woman, seasoned woman. Oh, that was a bug. But so I want to say over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I'm not sure, maybe a year ago. No, a year ago, in 2022, was July, her husband got arrested. Now, if you have not done so, because I'm definitely not going to post that there, here, look up the different charges. We know that it was stated that he abused, and I'm just going to use the word abused, or violated Shirley's daughter and her grandchildren. The daughter actually was able to take out a restraining order on him, and we didn't know until we listened to these phone calls from prison. 1 through 8. Baby, it was like trapped in the closet. Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, let's get to the point. So I want to say around 6 or 7 of the 1 through 8. I want to say, yes, 6 and 7 of the 1 through 8 phone calls from prison. She is going into details with her husband on, you know, her going to Steve Harvey's house, basically trashing Steve Harvey and his wife in these phone calls with Ernesto. Now, with all the charges that this man has, from he can't be around children, can't be around animals. Animals? Yes, animals. Animals, okay? Fraud, all types of stuff. Scamming, all types of stuff. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. So, in 6 through 7, dropped. She was basically trashing Steve Harvey a little bit and his wife. She was also throwing her daughter under the bus. letting him know that the daughter took a restraining order out, basically just throwing her under the bus, not really having her back. Now, at the beginning of this video, I contemplated and really thought about it because I wanted to give Shirley Strawberry grace, and a lot of you guys gave her grace, and I'm side-eyeing the grace that you gave her. And I'm thinking the people that gave her grace either definitely doesn't really care about the abuse to black little girls and black women, or you just did not hear these phone calls, or you just did not read the charges and you're just merely going off of bits and pieces. If you did not hear from start to finish, I recommend you, after this video, definitely going in and checking it out. But a lot of people are giving her grace, and unfortunately, I can't 100% give her the grace that I would like to, because listening to those videos and listening to her throw her daughter under the bus after being violated and it being in the order. Let me tell you something. No judge, no police officer, none of them are going to allow you to take a restraining order out on somebody unless you have evidence. You have to have evidence that says, okay, this person definitely needs to take a restraining order out on this other person. And her mother having Ernesto's back and really, Shirley having Ernesto's back and really throwing her daughter under the bus and not really having her daughter's back was like a clear window into Pygmisha land. It was very male identified, and I always say that Pygmishas, from Mammy Land are going to be the unaliving of a lot of little girls and a lot of women within the community or outside the community. It doesn't matter. They are extremely harmful. So with that, I cannot give her grace, because as a mother, as a woman, I just don't understand any woman that would support that. My whole thing is, I know they owe, and not really knowing how this works. Like, soon as you start a jail call, don't ask me how I know. A lot of us from the community got that call. A call from such and such. Would you like to take the charges? And you speak to them from the prison house, from the jail cell house, okay? At the beginning, they tell you you are on a recorded line. So for some reason, I don't know if it was a disconnect because of age. At some reason, it had to have hit you that these phone calls were being recorded. Now, a lot of people, I said the same thing. Like, maybe the YouTuber had connections in Fulton County in Georgia and was able to receive that. But later, when you go on the YouTuber's page, they basically tell you that they paid for that. I had no idea under the Information Act that you can pay for that. And it is public knowledge that you can indeed post it. So these were words coming from the horse's mouth. These were words coming from Shirley Strawberry. These were words coming from Ernesto. This wasn't a edited call. These were coming from the horse's mouth. Okay, so let's fast forward real quick until today. After she was bad-mouthing Steve Harvey and his wife, Steve Harvey decided to sit down with her, and basically she was finally able to tell her story. I find it interesting how now she's allowed to tell her story after she threw Steve Harvey and his wife under the bus. But why wasn't she given the platform and we done listened to 1 through 8? Now, these have been on YouTube for months now. These voice recordings from prison. So I'm just trying to figure out, now she's given that platform. Okay, can we talk about and really dissect what happened today on the radio station? Like, let's really talk about it, because I'm having a hard time processing this. How was it supposed to be about Cheryl Strawberry and her being able to come clean and her being able to speak her piece and get things off her chest when Steve Harvey completely made it about him and his wife?
That girl is one of the best women I've ever met. And why you black ass people out there got these blogs like you just gonna destroy somebody, I don't really know what that's about. But don't worry about it, because it ain't working. Because all we are now, we are a tighter two-handed circle. Thank you for doing that. And you're not gonna split us up. And we're not going nowhere. And she is none of what you said she is. And she the best chick I know. Now I'm defending her. And you can feel how you want to feel about that. That's the God in me. But now let me give you one piece of Steve Harvey. If I see your ass.
And I feel like there was a lot of other issues and rumors in Rumorville that were surrounded by Steve Harvey and his wife. And I'm just trying to figure out, y'all could have did that on another show. This was about Shirley Strawberry apologizing to you, apologizing to your wife publicly. But this wasn't about you getting your grievances off and getting your rocks off on bloggers, putting rumors out in the street, whether it be true, whether it not be true, I don't know. But this wasn't about that. I feel like he completely made it about himself. And it's that I completely have a problem with. Because it was just like, okay, we are all over the YouTube streets and everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere you can think of. Shirley even said it on one of the recordings that CNN had picked it up. So everybody knew and had heard these phone calls. So everyone had heard these phone calls, and it's like at that moment, if she wanted to or felt compelled to, hey, are you sticking by your husband? Now listen, Shirley doesn't owe us an apology. She really doesn't owe us an explanation of any sorts. Know that I'm saying you do owe us an explanation. My only thing was she was so busy. And I know you got to save your job because she admitted she lost her car. She's living with friends. She lost her home. She lost it all. Hit rock bottom. So I know you got to save your job. You got to save your ass. But at that moment, there was a lot of other apologies that she should have handed out, along with apologizing to Steve Harvey and his wife. One being her daughter. Now, there was a lot of nasty comments. A lot of people saying, oh, the daughter is full of ish. We just gonna say ish. 30 years old and only want to speak to Cheryl Strawberry when she need her rent paid. And I'm just like, how do you know this? Because that definitely was not on the recording. So how do you know she only hits her mother up when she needs her rent paid? Clearly, they were very close for this man to be able to have access to her grandchildren and for this man to be able to have access to her, to violate them, to be extremely inappropriate, according to the charges. So I'm just trying to figure out, why wasn't an apology given and extended to your daughter? Now listen, you can apologize behind closed doors, but for me it's like, imagine our conversations that we're having in private and we just yapping off, just talking shit, ish. And imagine those conversations being publicly broadcasted. A lot of us would lose our jobs. A lot of us would lose relationships. A lot of us would lose certain positions that we're in right now. So I understand that, but it was made public. And I feel like those that she had hurt publicly, she should have publicly apologized. But that's just me. I hope either way the grandchildren and the daughter are able to heal and move on with their life, because we already know Ernesto done moved on with his life, because the recordings done, you hear the side chick and everything, and you hear his brother and his son that are also in communication with the side chick. You just hear the desperation in Shirley's voice, how she wasn't even an advocate for her daughter nor her grandchildren. So I just feel like for something that heavy and something of that magnitude, something could have been given to her. Maybe, and some people brought up a good point, maybe she can't mention them or whatever the case may be. I hope an apology was still given, whether it's for us to know about the apology or not. I hope an apology was definitely given, because an apology is definitely owed to them. And I feel like it was a great marketing scheme for Steve Harvey, because now you don't got millions and millions of people listening. Now you got iHeartRadio and everything. I'm sitting with my coffee up in the AM listening to this and taking notes of this video. So I mean, you got all these people to have eyes on your show. It was a great marketing, and then you completely made it about you instead of, that could have been a healing moment for her, and it should have been, and not an apology just for Steve Harvey. Now, Steve had brought up a couple of things regarding, people hating on you and Satan and God. Let me just tell you,
the devil is busy. The devil is busy, and the devil don't come for those he got. He sends those that he has. So
something. I believe in God, and I believe that sometimes Satan will use people that you love, people that you care about, people that you call family, people who you let in your safe space. Satan will use them to tear you down. But this ain't it. This ain't it. And I'm getting tired of y'all doing certain things where we hear and we see that it's coming directly from you. People then hold you accountable or say, hey, this ain't right. And then you calling on, you saying Satan did it. It's Satan's fault. No. Sometimes in order to not repeat certain things, we have to take ownership. And that ownership comes with not always blaming Satan. Some of that be your own doing. Some of that be your own fault. And in this case, Shirley Strawberry, regardless of that, she read the charges. I'm sure she read the charges. She paid for this man's attorney. She knew what this man was doing. She did not want to believe him, because sometimes, and I've been a fool. I've been a fool for somebody. I've gotten calls from jail. I've been a fool for somebody in my 20s. I mean, listen, we all been a fool for somebody. But at what point do you stop supporting them? On YouTube, once again, we had saw the Zoom case where she bailed him out. She paid for his lawyer. She admitted during one of the phone calls, low-key, that she was running out of money from paying for his attorney fees. So you are a willing participant in the circus. You are a willing participant in putting on the red nose and dressing up like a clown and flipping and dancing around and having your ass in the circus. You cannot blame that on Satan, especially when you've been warned, especially when red flags have been smack dab in your face. At some point, that ain't Satan. And at some point, you can't use Jesus as no crutch. You're going to have to sit in your shit. We all had to do it. Some got to sit and marinate in more shit than others. But I'm just saying, we all have been there. But I'm not going to constantly blame Satan when it came directly from the horse's mouth. These were blatant decisions y'all chose to stand by and proceed through. I do respect how supportive and tight-knit that the morning show is, and how they're a family. I do love how Carla had to redirect Steve and bring it back to Shirley Strawberry, the reason why we tuning in. I just felt like more could have been said, but she was suffering in silence. So I feel like maybe she might have wanted to get more off, but she had to let Steve do his own thing and direct the show the way he saw fit, because he is signing her checks. This is her boss. So you might have to eat crow, because this is not only your safe space. This is supposed to be your family. This is supposed to be your sanctuary, your job. This is really all you have. You clearly don't have your grandchildren. I don't know if they rekindled their relationship. Your daughter, all of this stuff. Your husband is, charges up the ass. So it's just like, I sense that she might have wanted to say more, but maybe couldn't have. It just got really weird. It just got really, really, really weird. They did extend the strawberry letter, but I feel like it was just 110% all about Steve. And those calls 1 through 8. The docu-series, the strawberries, the strawberry docu-series wasn't all about Steve. You know, I have a lot of questions. I know other people have a lot of questions, but it really ain't on us. She claims allegedly that she's divorcing him and she's leaving him, or whatever the case may be. Listen, whatever. It was one thing that I did agree with Steve regarding the YouTubers and bloggers and how it be your own people, black people. And I just want to say this: a lot of media, journalists that have gone to school for years, a lot of media don't like YouTubers. A lot of times we're the first ones on the scenes. A lot of times we're the first ones to get the tea on things. A lot of we be heavy in the streets and then heavy behind the camera editing. Like, a lot of times these YouTubers get more exclusives than these journalists, than these big heavy hitters. And a lot of times these journalists, radio personnel, TV personnel, they hate YouTubers for that. You mean to tell me all you had to do is set up a damn camera and look directly in it, and you didn't have to go to school to do this? You didn't have to really start really from the beginning. You didn't really have to start from the ground up the way we had to start from the ground up, and you're getting all these opportunities in the rooms, in certain rooms, without degrees, in certain spaces, being invited to certain events. So yes, these publications, yes, these radio personnel folks, these talk show host folks, a lot of them don't like YouTubers. And I think that's where that issue is. Are some YouTubers extremists? Yes. Harassing people, following people, just your whole page being about stalking someone. I feel like that's a bit much. Making up lies, not verifying, not fact checking, and all of that. I feel like that's a bit much. And I definitely agree with him with them not giving certain YouTubers their credit for videos. A lot of people will steal people's video footage and not give credit. So I agree with him, but then I didn't agree with him with that. A lot of them don't like YouTubers. And in the same breath, these people that are on the radio, I've heard Steve Harvey say some not so nice things about Meg Thee Stallion. I heard him give his opinion on a lot of celebrities. And like, it's okay to give your opinion on celebrities when they're not talking, when the spotlight isn't on you. It's okay to give your opinion on what a celebrity did, or a A-list celebrity or D-list celebrity did. It's okay, but soon as it's you and you become commentary and you become news, then all of a sudden it's Satan. All of a sudden it's foul. Bloggers are foul, but we're also not foul when we're giving you your flowers. We're also not foul when we're putting you and pushing you in the algorithm by talking about you. We're not foul. So for me, it was mixed. It was mixed feelings on how I felt about this radio strawberry letter thing. But this is really no slight to Shirley Strawberry. This is really no slight to Steve Harvey or anyone at the morning show. As I said before, I am a fan of the morning show. But it was a lot of pros and cons to today's segment. It really was. Child, please. Okay, like, share, subscribe with the bell button on more notifications. Don't forget to follow that YouTuber. Comment below and let me know what you think. As long as you make it respectful, I don't have time to keep dragging people. Peace and blessings to y'all. Bye.